Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You're saying that Big was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew you were tough and taking those punches.
Gennady Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, hashtag TBV podcast, wherever hashtags are used. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. We are back. We've got another 5 hot button topics to talk about. And obviously, the biggest on today's agenda is Canelo and Gennady Golovkin. The rematch is off. Unfortunately, we were celebrating. We thought Chivas was going to bring us back. And it looks like it's all on Gennady. Shame on you, Mr. Triple G. We will bring you the details, obviously. But De La Hoya calling for a roadblock, already seeking new opponents. But for us boxing fans, I think we'll be a little surprised to hear the name DJ, right? Daniel Jacobs being mentioned. That's interesting. Speaking of J's, AJ, Deontay Wilder, another holdup. $50 million fight that cannot get done, and that's just $50 million for one guy. Very strange. UK Rob, I know you're feeling the heat around the collar. Speaking of heat, Keith, almost fuckboy Thurman. What is he doing right now? Vacated a title. Now rumors of signing to DAZN. Oh, Keith, once upon a time I said you was the next Mayweather. Don't do it to me, my friend. You go to DAZN with it. It's like no man's land. Look, we got to talk about the little guys that were fighting all last week. I'm not even going to begin to try to pronounce their names or anything like that. A bunch of Filipinos. I'll let my hipster co-host tell you all about it. Yeah, they were on ESPN, I believe. You know, I don't really deal with people that weigh less than my thigh. But we got 50 Cent ripping Floyd a new one. Multiple text messages released, not leaked, because he's putting it out on his own IG. And Floyd looking like a real crybaby, man. I mean, with all the money in the world, you think you could just tell a dude to fuck off. I mean, it seems like he really needs that 50 Cent relationship or friendship. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's some other things out there, but I'm going to head on out to the Golden State to my co-host, the Hipster Hunter.
Gennady Production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just hope the guy, I wish.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Hipsters here, haters beware. And I know Ness only watched like 2 fights from the weekend, but don't worry, actual boxing fans out there. Me and Rob watched literally, I think, every fight from this weekend. Oh God, so many fights, so many breakdowns, so many fights I didn't care about, but we watched them. Don't worry.
No lives.
Them all. No lives. Hashtag no lives. Hashtag we are the voice of the people, so we need to be watching every fight. Ness, don't worry about it. But like Ness said, we have so many big news to get into. Canelo Triple G falling apart seemingly within a day. You know, it was Thursday show. We were talking about both guys in Nevada. Both guys are going to be fighting each other in September. And then that night, Oscar comes out saying that, you know, we're not going to fight. We're going to fight Billy Joe Saunders, Jamal Charlo, or Spike O'Sullivan. So it's just dissolving into boxing. Boxing 101. So we're going to be here, chop it up, call in 1-425-569-5241, or add Nestor Gibbs on Skype for international callers if you want to call in and talk about AJ Wilder. Make sure you do that. Let's chop it up. I mean, it's going to be a fun show, almost full panel. Shout out to Enrique, who's in North Carolina doing big director things.
Wilder, let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Gennady Beyonce Productions.
BJ was gonna beat me, didn't ya? You think he's gonna beat me? He got smashed.
Why is Wilder sold out 90,000? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Wilder wants some of his work, we can definitely get it on ASAP.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Keith Thurman to DAZN, Eddie Hearn. Yeah, I know Nez don't like it. He's disappointed in his mans, but you know, you book them, they will come. You know, I think once one signs, the rest will follow. But we'll see. Yeah. Sad news for Triple G and Canelo, and obviously for TBV and the Shivas Fight Club, you know, the party there back down in Vegas. I thought I was going to make my US TBV debut, but maybe that'll have to wait for Nez and the gang to come over to Wembley in September when Wilder decides that, yeah, go on then, I'll come over. But yeah, let's see what Doomy's got to say on everything. I know he probably didn't see any of the fights, but we'll see. I think the only one I didn't see was David Lemieux anyway. So let's on to the next one.
Personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr.
Oh my God. You giving them you yeah, Ness, the Robbie got some ammo over there with a soundboard. It's over.
I'm the best ever. I'm the vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one to stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up!
BoxingVoice.com.
Yeah. Doomy in the building. There's a couple fights this week. I'm not gonna say I seen. Maybe I probably caught a couple of rounds of the Ancajas fight, and I'll be honest with you, Matty. You guys got me on these fights. Robbie, Matt, you guys watched all of them. Kudos to you guys. I was trying to check out some of the highlights before I came on the show, but couldn't get in the time to do it. But plenty of the main topics that I could relate and give opinions on. You know, the Canelo and Triple G fight. You know, the more and more they talk, and the more and more that they're, they look for other opponents. I mean, specifically Triple G, right? It looks like the fight's not going to happen. Maybe people are just not going to fall out of interest. I don't know. I don't know where that's going. I know that a lot of people still want to see it. And then Deontay Wilder versus Joshua. Shit, man. Isn't Joshua, under discussions according to Eddie Hearn, with fights with Povetkin? So we don't know if that's happening next. Keith Thurman, I mean, he's injured still, and we don't know what he's doing. So I can't wait to chop it up with you guys. I'll play like the casual on the topics this night. So
well, you are the casual.
Cash these.
You don't need to play something that you are. You just are that.
Just be yourself, Doomy. Just be yourself.
I just know fighting, bro.
Yo, why, is it like, I don't know? It's like the British Bulldogs tag teaming up against you, B.
It's all right though, because I can handle these pups.
They're not cutting you no slack. Listen, let's get down to the nitty gritty. On social media, and listen, everything that you see on social media doesn't mean it's true, but we're gonna repeat it anyway. So, is it drama show or is it scare drama show?
You're serious? You're serious?
I mean, 2015, Gennady Golovkin turns down a fight against Andre Ward at 168 pounds, which would have catapulted him into his first pay-per-view stardom, essentially. His fanatics gave many excuses as to why he had no necessity to rush up to 168 and face the Olympic golden boy, right? I don't know, poster boy. He never really panned out, so I didn't criticize Triple G for not doing it. But 2017, he then turns down a unification to become undisputed with Billy Joe Saunders. So the realistic boxing fan says to himself, well, he's not really ducking. He wants the Canelo fight. Everyone's doing this for money, essentially. So he's not really ducking Billy Joe Saunders. But then 2018, Canelo pulls out due to testing positive, public shame, and Gennady turns down a Cinco de Mayo fight against Demetrius Andrade and numerous others that I can't remember off top, but we know Derevchenko was one that was also put to the side until ultimately landing on 154-pound Vanez Martirosyan. 2018, Gennady Golovkin also turns down an alleged $25 million for a September rematch with Canelo Alvarez? I mean, look, on this show, we call plenty of fighters ducks. I don't know if it's time to whip out the old duck flag and start waving it, but something's definitely fucking fishy here. Like, is he an A-side? Because A-sides get to tell all these guys, no, I don't want to fight. Someone explain to me what's going on. Are we directing the negativity in the right direction?
I don't know if there's anyone to actually direct the negativity to. This is purely about money. This is purely about the split. Triple G has now come out and said, because of the draw, because of you testing positive, Canelo, I deserve a more equitable, and that was Tom Lawfer's word, exactly, equitable split, which has come out to mean 50-50, obviously. And Canelo says come out and say that they want to give him 35%. So I don't know really if there's any blame to place on it except for just money. Like Triple G thinks he's deserved a even split due to X, Y, and Z.
But the details are that for the first fight, he didn't receive 40%.
Yes.
So, you know, let's keep this fair. Joseph Parker in a unification for undisputed. Right. Well, he's not undisputed because Wilder still has the WBC, but Joseph Parker in a unification received an alleged 30-some-odd split. We won't land on whatever the other 30 is. We know it's 30-something. And, you know, without having to bring up more, unless you have one off the top of your head, it sounds in line. 30-something% sounds in line. You know, when Deontay Wilder first came out and said he wanted 40%, and even, he started with 40. Then he went to 50, but Joseph Parker as well. They wanted 40, you know, and everyone all of a sudden got crazy. Why would Triple G, don't we go crazy? Why is it not crazy for Triple G to be asking the A side to give him 40, but
look, the thing is that
asks for 40%, we call them retarded. We call them crazy.
Yeah, but Triple G, you gotta understand, he has a lot of star power now. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of.
He done a pay-per-view.
Very, very quickly.
I mean, pay-per-view is not always the way to go nowadays.
Well, do me very quickly. Let me butt in. Your comparison to Joseph Parker, I think, is not an apt comparison. Joseph Parker is a non-commodity at all. He had one belt. Joshua had two. Triple G has what, 3 or 4, including the IBO. You're
four.
Canelo has 0. Canelo has 0.
That's what I was going to say. It's like Canelo is the draw, but
Canelo's also been his hardest fight. So, of course, Rob, he'll be ducking him.
I think he's lost a little star power. Bringing it back around to what Matt said earlier, he's lost a little star power. I think his credibility's been shot. I think that the Triple G's team knows that, and I think it's a business move on their part. You know, for them to be asking for a higher split.
Rob, who could Triple G do a pay-per-view with right now? Next.
Outside of Canelo,
Charlo all day, right?
No, I don't agree that would be pay-per-view.
I don't think anyone. This is the only pay-per-view Triple G can do.
All right, so if Triple G can't do a pay-per-view with anyone else, what gives him the right to be demanding 40%? Because let me pass the ball to Matt. Matt, who does Canelo do a pay-per-view immediately next with?
With anyone.
No, not anyone. Give the public.
I mean, I think arguably he can make, even though we would hate it and it would be an awful buy rate, he can make Spike O'Sullivan a fucking pay-per-view. It's Canelo.
Why not Billy Joe Saunders?
I don't know about that.
That would be, you know, any fight for Canelo is a pay-per-view fight.
No. You need the right dance partner at his point.
When was the last fight that was non pay-per-view? His HBO debut.
Doomy, remember this, Doomy.
That's pre-credibility shot. Man.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
I think it does matter going forward.
Doesn't.
Doomy,
yeah.
This just to have some facts, and you know, he did 325,000 with Liam. I never heard of him. Smith from the UK in Texas, and also sold 40,000 tickets.
I mean, look,
that was when the world already thought he was ducking Triple G.
I mean, look, the Latino market is a huge market in boxing, so I'm pretty sure he'd still make it there, but his numbers, I believe, are considerably going to be dropping.
Well, of course they will if he fights the Spike O'Sullivan. They're not going to be.
I'm not even I'm still not even regarding it to the fight, man. I'm just saying, like,
sentence.
No, but you cut me off. I was just referring it to mostly to his credibility being affecting his numbers, not so much who he fights.
You mean Canelo's credibility?
Yes, not Triple G's, of course. It would be Canelo's with the PDs. Canelo's pay-per-views will obviously drop from 1.3 million from Triple G, but he will still do above anyone else in the marketplace right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, Canelo does a pay-per-view with anyone and then does 350. They're good. They recoup. They're good with 350 versus a Liam Smith type of pay-per-view, a Gary Spike O'Sullivan, a Gabriel Rosado. Who else could they throw him in there with? Because Billy Joe is a tough fight. I'm saying if Golden Boy wants to make some coin,
But Billy Joe's probably a higher pay-per-view buy rate just because it's Billy Joe.
Billy Joe's a tough fight. I mean, we see
how many pay-per-views has Triple G done anyway?
2. Well, 3 including the Canelo one. 3 including
David Lemieux. He did David Lemieux, Daniel Jacobs, and then he did big numbers with Canelo Alvarez. Both David Lemieux and Daniel Jacobs was 150, 170,000, and that is a failure in boxing. 225, 250, that's okay.
Breaking even.
But 100, beat it. Because look, Ward did that twice and nobody was happy.
The thing is, right, I see it as obviously Canelo's the draw and Triple G is the multiple champion. But we saw big numbers for Canelo Triple G, and not such great numbers for other fights. So Triple G is bringing us, people want to see that matchup. So I think Triple G does have a bit more worth in this fight. Whether it's 50-50, I'm pretty, I'm not sure about that, but I think more than 35. I personally, but because of just the numbers they did together. I know, like you say, Canelo, Liam Smith, not such big numbers. I'm not sure about Canelo's other numbers that he's done, but I think that is the matchup people want to see on pay-per-view, and obviously Triple G is part of those numbers.
Listen, I know Matt has a more alleged correct number, but there's a rumored 600 buys for welterweight Amir Khan versus Canelo. Like, Canelo's star power cannot be denied.
And just for the record, the more conservative number is still high, like 460,000, I think. Something.
I mean, how much of Khan did
Khan's a draw as well, though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How much did Khan pull in from that?
Yeah, but Doomy, I mean,
you need the right dance partner. I mean, you could do
all right, but hear me out now. For you to even try to go in your bag and use Khan as the reason, remember that Khan directly cannot be the reason when he's a welterweight. The world was upset that he was bringing up a welterweight. This was not Kelly.
Yeah, but a lot
Gennady Golovkin.
Arguably, though, Ness, a lot of people could say that they were looking at the Khan to do something great too. I mean, he has fans too.
But hold on, I want to understand Doomy's point. Doomy,
We need some milk.
Khan Ching, don't.
Hold on, Doomy. Do you think that Canelo's next fight is not a pay-per-view if it's not Triple G?
Like I said, right? It depends on the dance partner. No, it depends on the dance partner.
Then who is pay-per-view? Is Daniel Jacobs pay-per-view fight? Jamal Charlo? Spike O'Sullivan. Are those all pay-per-view fights for Canelo?
Going in circles. I mean, we think all fights versus Canelo.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Then what are you arguing? Because those are probably going to be somebody. One of the guys he's fighting is one of those guys.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying he can't. Look, again, Master, so understand. I know that Canelo's still a pay-per-view star. What I'm saying is that his numbers, in my opinion, post credibility shot, are going to be very disappointing.
Give us an estimate here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though, because his ceiling. His basement is 325. His ceiling is 2.4 so far. That's his average, all right? So, like, it don't fucking matter.
According to Ness, he recoups anyway, right? They recoup.
Yes.
Do the math, my nigga. Do the math. Multiply.
300,000 by 60.
Yeah, like, he gets his money, doggy. These other cats can't do that. They can't do that.
I think, obviously, if you get Canelo, Spike O'Sullivan, less are going to watch it than if it's Canelo, like Jamal Charlo or whatever. So, you know, it does depend. It does depend numbers wise on the dance partner, but it doesn't stop him being pay-per-view no matter who it is.
Or successful pay-per-views.
It's funny you even bring up Spike because I know that that's one of the names, right? And you can tell.
Very quickly, that's the only name they actually added by Oscar on social media. When they said Daniel Jacobs, they didn't tag them on social media. They tagged Spike O'Sullivan. Just saying.
Yeah.
And that just leads more to my conspiracy theory that flirting Daniel Jacobs and all these other Jamal Charlo, I seen Oscar say Jamal. I don't believe you.
No.
You want people.
And also, don't forget, Spike O'Sullivan turned down the Triple G money as well. The opportunity to take what Malarosian took.
Absolutely, they owe him a favor. And guess who on that list of short names? Daniel Jacob, Jamal Charlo, and Spike O'Sullivan.
Who's in-house?
Forget in-house. That's another reason. But who has the least opportunity at winning?
Spike.
Yeah.
So that's where they're going. Like that's where they're going.
Yeah.
You know?
Strategically, yeah. You could say that.
Listen,
but at the same time, they're gonna also see what numbers they can project. You know,
dude,
with that opponent.
Came out in a Mexican outfit.
Yeah,
they've been laying the seeds like Johnny Appleseed. Listen,
he's a great guy too, man. We met him down there at
when we ran into him. Like I'm still gonna fight Canelo. Like,
I like his style too. So you know what? I'd definitely watch the fight. Definitely.
Listen. Triple G just got a Vanez. Canelo gets a Spike, and that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Canelo can do it the way that Triple G did, because Triple G at least made his tune-up exciting for us. Speaking of excitement,
who does Triple G fight?
I think it'd be Derevchenko.
Yeah, he's already in negotiations with the IBF. He doesn't want to lose that belt, and he shouldn't. I think that's his negotiation power remaining, you know, undisputed. But speaking of undisputed, or unified, but wanting a undisputed bout, Wilder and Joshua, more holdups. What exactly are the details here? You know, at this point, I've stopped reading things. It's because I don't want to get what Latinos say desencantado. You know, how do you translate that, Doomy?
Emotional?
No, just
I normally get emotional.
Just deflated about the whole situation.
Yeah, I don't want to be, you know, just like we're talking about this again, and I'm almost there because it's starting to drag. You know, it's really starting to drag, in my opinion.
It's like you wanted the 50 mil, and then you got it, and now it's an issue.
And that's where I'm at, because I'm old enough to be part of that era when Mayweather and Pacquiao were negotiating, and Mayweather sent over the 40 million, and the world reacting as if Mayweather did something wrong. Oh, it's not fair. 40 million. How dare you? How dare you? And now, like, we got a guy sending 50, which is what the other one asked for, and we still can't get the fight. So I'm just trying to, like, stay as neutral as possible till it happens, and then I come out with my Wilder flag. I don't know. It's just like I'm waiting for it to happen. You know what I mean?
Before Rob gives the details of, you know, this week or whatever, I'll say that both sides seem to have fatigue. Just from looking at it, I think both camps, Wilder camp, AJ camp, I think both camps just are ready for the fight to happen. Like we're done with this back and forth negotiation bullshit that we all know is about probably 3%.
I mean, you know, as fighters, I think both of them really want to fight. You know what I mean? But it's that business tape, or
that couple percentage points. It's that
you still got those numbers to work out, man. Once those numbers get worked out to the T, I think it'll happen.
Personally, I think Joshua's probably going to get his way, and we're going to get the fight in the UK.
Pussy move.
Why?
Why? I don't want to sound like Eddie Hearn, but he has earned the right to be the A side, and he's gonna.
The A side asked for something, and now he changed the goalposts. As long as we could agree on that, we won't go down the rabbit hole.
But A sides do that all the time. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
In true A side fashion. I mean, but let's again be fair with our criticism. You know, it can't just be one fighter that gets criticized for cherry picking. It has to be all. And it can't just be one fighter that gets criticized for ducking. It has to be all. You know, and it can't be one fighter that gets labeled a diva They have to all be divas.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I just think AJ said that bring me 50 million, blah blah blah, and they went okay, 50 million, and I think they kind of went, oh shit, I didn't kind of expect that.
That's what you think, though. You think?
I don't know. I don't know if it kind of made. Oh fuck, they came out with the money. Shit, I wasn't expecting that.
So you think they really just sat there and like we're gonna take advantage of what he just said and put him out there in the media?
Yeah, and it's. You know, and then we had the whole.
That's strategic.
We're not going to meet in 24. I think that was a big mistake, like the 24-hour thing and not meeting up. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But if they'd have left it at the right, here's your 50, come and get it. It's like, oh shit! And now they've done the turnaround and said, we want the fight in the UK. We've earned the right to be in the UK. We've done the. But I think it's going to iron itself out. And either way,
this is my thing. Because we have to stay with that. They want it in the UK, but this money that Deontay Wilder could produce, I'm sure it's not traveling funds, Matt. I mean, you're smarter than me here. Are the investors going to give him 50 to go to a smaller market?
No.
So how does a $50 million purse for the A side happen from the B side on the A side's terms in the A side's country?
I'm thinking that AJ and his team, especially his team, are looking at it and saying, look, we can probably make 50, including the back end, all that, if we still have the fight in the UK. We can probably still make that for you. And we are still in control of the negotiations. We're still in control of where the fight is at. And for most of these big fights, like you said, and that's divas, egos, pride comes into play. And people want to be in control. People want to be in the driver's seat. And that's what AJ and team want. They want to be in the driver's negotiation.
But Matt, let me ask you this: is there any strategic reason for them wanting the fight in the UK?
Absolutely. I mean, hometown
advantage. A 70, 80, 90,000 AJ fanatics screaming,
yelling at every punch you miss too. Like it is a thing.
I mean, I've heard of, you know, like you getting energy from the crowd and stuff like that. I mean, don't
even look at it just there. You got to think about influencing the judges. When a swarm happens and someone is blocking, but all the crowd is.
I mean, do we really sit here, guys, and think that this is going 12 rounds?
Good. High level fights often go 12 rounds.
12. Fucking Bermain Stavern went 12. These guys went 12. Why can't they do it again? Listen, really quick, though, Wilder had an interview with Fight Hub TV where he was speaking, and he basically said that this fight is going to happen, and if it happens, it would be September in the UK or November in America.
And he also, I was going to say, I brought it up, you're saying about how does the 50 travel to the UK? Well, I think Deontay said along the lines of he was saying like, he could secure generations of his family's future if he just took this 50 million, and he's going to let it slip through his fingers. So if he's happy to take a 20 million like cut in money, then, you know, like almost like we can do it in the UK if he's happy to take to drop 20 million. So
Deontay should have never said that. So basically he's offering AJ 30 million in the UK.
Why not? Why not make the fight? I mean,
bro, that's not your market. That's not your market.
So you're still bringing a sizable, I think, drawing power to this matchup. Just like with Triple G Canelo, right? Triple G is not a star on his own, but with Canelo, they can do a 1.3 to 2 million pay-per-view buys, which Canelo has not done since fucking Mayweather. I think that is the same.
My only question is, do they have access to analytics? You know what I mean? To some sort of data, because that's a lot of money to be offering someone, again, without those analytics, you know?
Of course. And I remember we talked about it in always comparison to the Klitschko fight and how Klitschko and AJ both made 20 million each. And this fight is much bigger than that.
And let's keep in mind ticket prices. We know the fiasco that took place with Eddie Hearn and the Eubanks, Chris and his father, you know, about ticket prices. Obviously, the blame was pointed on the Eubanks wanting to, you know, put tickets at 5 times or 3 times the normal amount. But for this particular fight, again, how does Wilder, does he just allow that to fall in the hands of Eddie, you know, since he knows his market? That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you negotiate these things?
I guarantee you Al Heyman and team have analytics and an entire team to talk about this and discuss it. Come on. Like, it's
All right, so where are we final thoughting with this before we move on to our boy One Time?
I mean, go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
I still think the fight's happening. I just have no idea where it happens now. Because I think, like Rob said, it seems like AJ's taking control of the negotiations again. And I think Wilder is eventually going to have to go to the UK. I think that's going to have to happen for the first fight. But if you're smart, you add a fucking rematch clause for a fight in the US afterwards.
I think AJ is still being spoken of a 2-fight deal. So from what I've been reading, but and I do honestly think we're getting the fight here first. I really do. And obviously, for people who don't know, that's the UK. So no, I mean,
is it the next fight that happens for either guy?
Yes. If it's the UK fight, it's in September, so they don't have time to take over.
That's my
either way. Joshua's fighting in September. Eddie Hearn said so. It's either Wilder in September, right? Or it's Povetkin, which they're dealing with now. Apparently, Povetkin's team are understanding of the situation, and they're also saying they're going to be putting in, if they can't agree, a massive amount that will take Joshua to Russia. So we'll see what happens there. But obviously, I'd really like the Wilder fight first. And yeah, so I think it's going to be here. But
I mean, he gets knocked down or put away by Povetkin, then that fight is over. So
that'll never happen. What the fuck?
Listen, you always listen. It can
Povetkin's small. Joseph Park.
He hits pretty hard. He has good power, very good power.
Have you seen him? Have you met him?
Have I met him? Yeah, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say I stood.
Little boy compared to Joseph Parker. Joseph is what, 6'5", right?
No, Joseph ain't 6'5".
Close to 6'5".
Dude, me and Joseph wasn't smaller than me. You bugging, man. You all fucked up. That's what I'm talking.
No, I'm not saying that I'm fucked up, but you just said Joseph Parker. I'm not fucked up. You just said Joseph Parker 6'5". I don't think he's.
I think it's 6'4". I think it's 6'4", but I mean that's an inch off. Oh,
he's 6'4", yeah.
Yeah, he's inch off. Oh, Doomy, you're right.
Yeah, yes, 6'4" on BoxRec.
Povetkin is small, bro. Povetkin is small.
So
let me check it out. Let's end it.
Where does Povetkin fall in the?
Doomy, you pick every B-side underdog. Come on.
Povetkin never had a legitimate knockout without a fucking little star attached to it on BoxRec, bro.
Povetkin is 6'2".
I told you that.
Ooh, big deal.
I met him, bro.
Ooh, big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, big deal, bro. I met him. He is
2 inches make all the difference, Doomy. You should know that.
Man, listen, let me tell you something, Rob. It's not in height, it's in arm length anyway. So
more than height. It's more than height. Even his body, is
bro, Parker's a 76-inch reach. Povetkin has a 75-inch reach. That's fucking nothing. Stop talking about height. Height matters to a certain point.
I want smoke.
Get out of here, man. Anyway, my whole thing on Deontay Wilder, like I said, I'm not saying that he's gonna get knocked out. Anthony Johnson's gonna get knocked out by Povetkin. I'm saying that there's always that
down that hole. That's
yeah, of course, because all of you are gonna jump on Doomy. But what I'm trying to say is that if in an event that the unexpected happens, that fight goes to hell. It doesn't look the same anymore. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I mean, look, if they allow themselves to end up going to Russia, then they're in for a shit show anyway.
I agree, though, Doomy. If Anthony Joshua loses to Povetkin, we will not be getting Joshua Wilder.
Yeah.
No, we won't be. That's true. That's very true.
We
it's fact.
Get it. It's fact. All this talking.
Doomy data. Hashtag Doomy data.
Doomy data.
Doomy data. Fucking guy.
Yo, man. You said Data like that, and it just reminded me of that Goonies soundbite. Remember that kid was named Data, right? Anyway, one time the Chinese kid, Matt.
Chinese kid, bro.
Matt looking into the sky, wing.
I don't remember his name in the Goonies. I'm sorry.
He was the little kid with the tech, all the tech toys.
Yeah, all the gadgets on him.
Hey, you know why? Because you ain't a fucking Goonie. That's why. Listen, so Keith One Time Thurman is rumored. Where's this rumor originating from, Matt? Before I even go any further.
It's not originating from Doomy's 175-pound logo. Shout out to Doomy, who's not muted. It originated from Michael Woods, your boy, your man's.
Oh.
Yes.
Well.
Does that change anything for you?
It does. I think Woods has been accurate.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Woods has been accurate on a few things. I can't remember what. Maybe it was the Pacquiao Bradley, but he's done a few breaking news things. He's not, he's a good guy. He's worked for ESPN, Ring, a bunch of sites. He's got the Everlast going on. So, that's oh, you know what it was? The Berto story. Didn't he break the Berto Mayweather story? I think that was one of the ones he also broke. So look, I'll believe it. I'll believe that there's some truth to it because look, if you sent Adrian Broner an offer, why won't you send Keith one-time Thurman an offer?
Exactly. That's the thing that I definitely don't seem as far-fetched, that there's been offers sent to Keith Thurman. That should be assumed at this point, that Eddie Hearn has sent offers to every Al Haymon fighter because potentially all these Al Haymon fighters do not have promotional contracts.
Damn, no respect, huh?
Well, if you guys aren't promotionally tied to anyone exclusively, then yeah, why not get these guys? You got Daniel Jacobs. Why not go get Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman's a bigger commodity than most of these guys. He's doing consistently 5 million views on free TV.
I mean, speaking of ethics and shit, like,
Exactly. My thing for all these Eddie Hearn fans out there that think Eddie's taking over the game and he's such a nice guy, this is where you got to see, like, what type of guy already is doing business with the fucking manager of everybody and decides to send backroom deals. Like, why not just talk to Al and see what fighters Al does want to give you?
They may not be backroom deals. And I'm not saying that Al Haymon is...
Doggy, if it wasn't a backroom deal, Broner would not be publicizing it like that because Broner wouldn't know until Al was done negotiating. You know it and I know it. You think Al's going to give him every fucking single email?
I don't know if Broner's the perfect example for that because I don't know how Broner and I don't know how Broner and Heyman's relationship are in 2018. Let's just be honest about that. Let's be 100 about that.
We know that their relationship is good enough for the fucking. What is Steven Espinosa's?
Adrian said it. Let
me finish my nail in his fucking coffin. What is Steven Espinosa's official title?
Executive of sports direct, something like that.
No, he got it. Remember when he did
he got a new one. Yeah, he got a new position.
He got not a new one. He got a promotion when they did that Showtime up front thing.
The same thing as new. Yes, promotion new.
Don't get caught up in the English now.
I know he loves the English. This little jerk.
I'm saying it's the same thing, so I don't know why you're like a promotion.
No, because a new title and a promotion is different, bro. A new title could just be someone giving you a new title to make you happy. A promotion means you went up in the ladder, bro.
Didn't they actually make this position for Steven Espinosa? I thought that was incredible. I could be wrong, but I thought I read that they made this position for Steven Espinosa.
The whole point of bringing that up is that goes to show the relationship between Broner and Haymon, that the executive or whoever's in charge on Showtime Sports and Boxing is vouching for him publicly on social media. If there wasn't a relationship there, he would not be doing that because guess where Espinosa's alliance lies? With Al Haymon. Who has the farm of fighters? Al Haymon, not Adrian Broner.
No. Steven Espinosa's allegiance is to money, just like every businessman. Let's be 100% honest about that. And Adrian Broner is the second biggest draw on their network. Of course, he would not allow him to go to DAZN. Come on,
Matthew. Semantics
with Haymon. That's nothing to do with
semantics again. Because if Steven Espinosa's agenda is money, his direct connection and alliance with Al Haymon, who is a pool of money with all the fighters, he's gonna keep that relationship better than Broner's. Come on, bro. We're arguing the same shit again.
No, I don't understand what we're arguing here. Like fundamentally, like what are you arguing? What's your point, Ness? What are you arguing against me? I'm very confused here.
Both of you lost each other.
I am. That Eddie can't send these deals like Bob Arum can't send a deal to David Benavidez.
Remember, we started arguing that
we're talking about ethics in boxing, really?
No. I mean, just like
Eddie doesn't necessarily need to speak to Al to get these offers across, and I think that if there was a good relationship, those offers wouldn't be going directly to the fighters. Instead, they would be going to Al, and Al would be directing him as to what fighters would be willing. And what fighters would be willing if it's going through Al. Is my assumption, clearly.
No. Good relationship with who? What did he mean by that? Who Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman having a good relationship? If they had a good relationship, it wouldn't. I don't understand what you're saying.
Yes, I'm saying that they must not have a good relationship.
Eddie and Al.
Just
so I understand they.
Because in my opinion, it is clearly my opinion only that if the offer for Broner was sent to Al, Broner wouldn't have received it until it was a final offer. Meaning Al would have been able to tell Eddie, bro, Broner gets way more than $2 million per fight.
I see your point. I have 2 points against that. One, let's not forget that Broner's the one that went on social media and said, Eddie, send me an offer first. Let's not forget that. 2, I forgot what number 2 is.
You already had the offer, though.
But we're arguing ethics, and that's what I'm saying. If Broner,
I don't care about the ethics. I really don't care about the ethics.
Right, but that's the argument. Doomy brought it up. I piggybacked off it, and that's the argument that if Broner says send me an offer, Eddie's job is to contact his manager, his advisor.
Number 2, I forgot. I remember number 2. What about Daniel Jacobs? Like explain Daniel Jacobs then.
And that's my thing. Maybe once upon a time the relationship was good because he got Eddie. But remember, on camera, he's like, oh, why should Al bounce a check? That'll be violating the Muhammad Ali Act law and all this shit. Like, bro, he's been doing Al dirty subliminally on videos and interviews for the past 6 months.
I'm not disputing that. But business-wise, they still work together today because of Daniel Jacobs. So I am confused as to what
all I'm saying is that I'm questioning whether that relationship is still good. Because if it was,
I understand.
You wouldn't see a public fucking contract for Broner, is my point. I'm saying that the man that runs boxing would have received that email and said, you know, he gets more.
I don't know about that because
Broner would have got the final offer.
Broner's the one that asked for the offer without Heyman. Let's not forget that, without Heyman.
Again.
You ask me, you know what? Real quick, guys. If you ask me, I mean, this is just the way. I mean, look, we all know that Al does a lot for these fighters. I think the loyalty's so strong that I think these fighters are just pulling on Eddie's leg, making him bear his ass out naked in front of everybody with these offers, because in all actuality, if it would go the way you said, Ness, if it was serious. I don't think if Adrian Broner would have been serious, he would have even said, who the fuck asked for a fucking offer on social media?
He already had it.
Like, come on, man. Come on, guys. Let's get real, right? Like, that was social media, all that social media play. I ain't buying it.
He just wanted to punk Eddie Hearn because he already had it. Like, within 30 minutes, he put out
You don't know that, Rob.
Like I said, let's just not get manipulated.
So he put a social media post out, and Eddie Hearn saw it and went, "Oh, okay. Let me just quickly draft one up for you.
Yeah.
Fight 1 will be this. Fight 2 will be this. Fight 3 will be this.
Yes, that can happen within 30 minutes. Yes.
Right. Okay. All right.
It looked like an email to me, Rob. So it's a type of email.
I'm not saying he can't have emailed it before. Just because it's an email doesn't mean we didn't see a time on it.
He spit out a number. He spit out a number, and it's in a negotiation.
Wait. Let's get to Rob's point. I get what he's saying, and I agree with him. We won't know the time that the offer was sent and whether or not it was the same day that Broner came out publicly on social media and said, "Send me an offer" or "Let's talk business." I get what you're saying. But how does
within 30 minutes it was then
okay? But what does that matter though? But
no. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is because did you see what Mikey Garcia told Ellie Sekbak?
Yes, I saw it.
What did he say?
No, he just said it's not good. It's not good business. You've got to be respectful, as any promoter does. They've got to start lower. It's part of negotiations. They go low, you go high, meet in the middle, and make it happen. That was Garcia about Broner revealing the offer.
Ness, can you play the emotional soundbite for all these people that care about ethics in boxing when we allow rapists and women beaters in the sport?
Matt, shut
What are you even on about?
Matt, you went overboard on that one.
Why you emotional? Why you emotional?
What? I don't even get why you wanted that playing.
But that's specifically to him because he's the only one that consistently brings up rapists and women beaters in boxing. He wants people to remember that.
No. I'm saying we're going to make a mountain out of a molehill for the ethics of Adrian Broner about social media and asking for an offer.
It's a business.
I don't think we're making. I don't think we're making a molehill.
Let me finish my fucking point, please.
Oh, here we go.
Both cutting me off.
Here we go. Here we go.
While we
wasn't me this time.
I know it wasn't you, Ness. It was them. While we continue to buy Mayweather fights, we continue to allow and watch Adonis Stevenson in the sport. Like, so I'm not going to sit here and spend 30 minutes on the ethics of Adrian Broner.
But you spent 30 minutes. You spent 30 minutes on it last week. You spent 30 minutes on the next topic. You spent 30 minutes on the next one. I don't think we're making a mountain or a fucking molehill out of this. We're just discussing it.
Yeah, get it, Rob.
You're the one that bringing up, Mike Garcia,
Did I say it like that, man? Did I ask for the dramatic music?
You did. You did.
I said, I've just rewind it.
You're upset that Broner.
Really not upset, Matt. You're the only one that's saying, play the emotional soundbite. Play the emotion. I'm just saying. All I said was, did you see them?
Because you guys care about you. You guys care about Adrian Broner on social media like that.
No, Matt.
Like that matters. Who cares?
Easy. Just
we
breathe.
have fights here.
I said,
Matt. Hold on, Matt. Woosah.
Here, Rob.
Woosah, Matt.
Just shush. All I said was, did you see what Mikey Garcia said about it?
And why does that matter? Why does that matter?
Because we're a fucking boxing podcast telling people that might want to know the news, Matt.
But you act like that is a fundamental point to this argument about ethics.
In a minute, we're going to talk about some shit.
Wait a minute, Matt. I think Rob has a point bringing up the Mikey because Mikey's talking about the way that Broner handled the negotiations.
And maybe that's.
And I think Mikey's being emotional about it. Who cares?
Okay, but how does that not go into the ethics conversation?
My point is, why do we care so much about this conversation?
Yo, because
you're right. Let's not talk about
Matt, in the savage sport. All right, we got ethics. Okay, don't make us out to be a bunch of fucking rapists, and fucking women beaters.
Oh, dude, listen.
My point. That's not my point. Doomy, it's business. Money is the overriding factor in business.
Yeah, it's best. You ever heard of business ethics?
Can I bring it back?
Business ethics do not count as like fighting ethics. Come on,
listen,
dude.
That was the whole premise of the conversation. That's the only reason Broner got brought into the Keith Thurman topic. We're discussing Keith's rumored offer with DAZN, which is directly tied to Eddie Hearn. So we brought up more offers in business and social media directly tied with Eddie Hearn. Like, you're bugging, Matt.
No, I understand that, but then we took it to like the ethics of Eddie Hearn and going behind Al Heyman's back.
The way he said that.
Like that, I think that's an overriding fundamental point to this discussion here.
But anyway,
I'm not even gonna go back and repeat again why I think that made sense.
I understand what you guys are saying. I'm saying I don't agree with it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, look.
Okay, well, you have the right to not agree.
All right, so how does everyone feel about Keith? What is the alleged rumor now? All right, now we got past the fact that he's being offered an offer. Did he sign? Like, what's going on?
Nothing.
It was that he wasn't it like on the verge? So
on the verge of what?
Signing with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom USA.
Okay, so let's hypothetically discuss the possibility of that, meaning life after signing to DAZN. Doomy, what does that mean for Keith One-Time Thurman?
Life after signing to DAZN? I really don't know what that future really holds. I don't know how that market's going to be. I just don't know how he's going to do. I mean, I know that Keith Thurman's a star, and wherever he goes, his fans are going to follow. I know that he has hardcore fans like that. And I mean, he's been out for a while. I mean, I know people want to see him again. So who knows what's in the future with him with DAZN. I know he has a lot of fans, a good following. So I expect, things to go good for him anywhere he goes.
All right, well, let's give Rob a try here. See, could he make DAZN sound, I don't know, inviting? What is life for Keith Thurman on DAZN?
Wow, I don't want to bring up the AB name, but obviously we've seen the kind of money that Ed is offering. So obviously we're looking at a pretty lucrative possible free fight deal that's going to bring him, good money. And I think we've seen a lot from Thurman. He likes talking about, certain numbers that he wants to get from fights before, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still how it's all going to work out confused, because I think obviously Eddie's got to build this stable. Otherwise, I don't know if he's just going to bring over UK fighters to fight in American TV. I don't know how well that's obviously going to go down because you guys aren't going to know most of them or whatever. So he's got to put a stable together, and it's got to be a certain amount of biggest stars, certain amount of kind of prospects, contenders, some journeymen or whatever. He's got to build a stable. So, but I think once one comes across, you'll find another one, maybe another one, and it'll start trickling over. But apparently he's since the Broner offer, his phone's been quite, busy with other people showing interest. Apparently he's just at the beginning of sending offers.
Breaking news. I know 2 American amateurs. So shout out to Doomsday, who will be signing with DAZN. I am not at liberty to discuss it, but I will tell you they come from the New York City area, and they come from some very famous gyms. The TBV has good. We rub elbows.
Keep talking. You're going to end up saying it.
No, that's all. That's all I'm going to say. Showing loyalty to my sources and to my friends out there in the business. But Eddie has acquired 2, and let me tell you, one of these amateurs is going to fit so well with him in the UK market. He's the right look. He's the right color. He has soul. He has sparred. I can't wait to talk about him like as a pro. He sparred with everybody. I've watched him. He's blonde, bro. He's beautiful. He'll be somebody's golden boy ASAP, I'm telling you. And he speaks English. So, and not broken English, like New York English. He has swag. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So that's one good one. At least. Now, I don't know how far he'll go, but I think that the name alone.
Yo, you going to give him everything, dog.
The more he talks, the closer
the closer I'm already getting to it. Like, bro.
I'm trying to piece it together. Like, do I know him? Like,
no, but as soon as he drops that name,
I wouldn't say the name. That's what I'm saying. No, I think that's what I was going to say. That I think the name coupled with like everything else I said, not to just repeat it and sound redundant.
Yeah.
But that's gonna make some noise. I'm telling you.
You're gonna like that.
The hair flick on dudes is over.
Like Ryan Garcia status? Like Ryan Garcia status?
I think it's definitely no. Ryan has the more, part,
not actual Ryan Garcia. I mean like a young, good-looking guy.
I'm gonna keep it real. This kid, he's probably like young Brad Pitt status. Shout out to fucking Brad Pitt in the Deadpool movie.
Spoilers. Whoa.
Spoiler alert. Yo, mad people debuted on that. It was pretty.
Yo, that movie was good, wasn't it?
Well, I saw the spoiler trailer.
I was laughing from the beginning to fucking end, kid. That shit was cray. Man, give us a clue. What the fuck? I just gave you a million clues, man.
Yes, can you put it in like our private chat? Can you do that?
Yeah. No, I'll send you guys some pictures because I told the dude send me the pictures.
I already know who it is.
Digressing very quickly back to your point about 2 prospects. Eddie should at least get 20 young guys that are less than 5 fights in their career, and then another 5 to 10 champions, another 10 to 15 gatekeepers, and top 15 guys. And that's how you make a roster, and that's what he's going to need to do. And a lot of names are going to be people that most casual fans don't know, but that's the way you need to do it to create a large depth roster.
I mean, look.
Could he bring the ladies out? I think he could bring the ladies out because
definitely.
On social media, he's already getting really good interaction for an amateur.
Yeah,
really nice traction. It's cool. It was cool that Eddie did that. You know what I mean? Because little unexpected, really, it was.
Not really, because he's in the New York area, and I think Eddie's trying to make New York a second home.
Somebody said, "Tell him it's Chris Algieri." Hell no, Chris is stuck in.
That's funny.
Chris is stuck in a motherfucking. What's this kid's name? Oh man, what's that? Joe DeGuardia, Banner Promotions, Triangle of Sin, brother.
He's pretty much just retired at this point. Let's be honest.
He's almost out of it, bro. I've been.
Really? You're just waiting out the
contract. He's like a nutritionist, right?
Yeah, he's been a nutritionist, but he's been he might come back at a higher weight because he's been sparring Daniel Jacobs for like the last 2.5 years.
He was Jacobs' nutritionist, is right? I think
for the past 3 fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's wrap it up with the little guys. What is it? Jerwin Ancajas? Did I say that right? I'm not even really.
You've done well then. I'll shout out to you. That was the best you've done.
Is it pronounced like a English J or like a Spanish J?
Herwing.
Oh, no.
That might be right. That Dumi might be right about that. I have no idea.
That's Spanish.
Fuck, I don't know. It's Filipino.
Oh, true. You're right, man.
Spanish vibe.
I think it's German.
Kaz is crazy in the chat. He said, let's talk about Yuri Foreman. Could you imagine if Eddie Hearn signed Yuri Foreman? Yo, once I sign on that contract, give me my money. Eddie Hearn need to give me some of that DAZN money. Eddie, if you're listening, give the TBV some DAZN podcast money. We'll talk about that DAZN all you want.
You can definitely pay us out and we can sell out. You can do that, Eddie.
Yeah. Before we play Rob's intro, he'll come on in his UK voice. Brought to you by DAZN.
Robbie Hearn's section, sponsored by DAZN.
But Ancajas versus Jonas Sultan. I mean, that to me was the worst fight of the weekend. Like it was. Yeah. I found it was a little bit underwhelming from Ancajas. Sultan is not really the most impressive guy. Especially
like he got dragged down to his level.
Ancajas can't help but be overhyped because Top Rank has been pushing him as the next Manny Pacquiao because he's left-handed and he's Filipino forever. And I think that just is going to hurt him because he's not Manny Pacquiao. He's simply just not Manny Pacquiao.
Wait. Jerwin's southpaw, right?
Yes.
And you said that it's not good for him?
No. I'm saying that the hype, that the way Top Rank has been pushing him as the next Manny Pacquiao is not good for him.
It's always unwanted pressure, man. It puts too much weight. They did the same thing to Mercito Gesta, because then the fans have expectations and shoes you cannot fill.
But Ancajas won. I think it was a unanimous decision. I mean, he won clearly in my opinion. But
I think he had a good jab. He had a good jab.
His fundamentals are always there. I mean, he's not bad, but he's not a Manny Pacquiao. That's the problem. And when you sell a guy as the next Manny, you expect.
You know what? They got to stop doing that shit. People got to fucking start just letting the legends be legends and let the new ones become who they are, man. They are always getting compared to whoever. You always got to fill in these shoes, right? But I mean, from what that's the actual fight that I did kind of see, Matt, and I thought that he had good fundamentals, like you said. He had a good right jab, and his opponent was he wasn't no slouch. It was a back and forth little fight, and in those fights, you rarely see knockouts.
Yeah, it was a wide decision.
But being sold as Manny Pacquiao does put that unnecessary, crazy pressure on an up and comer. I mean, if you look back at Manny's history, how he started and his fights and the people he faced, I mean, I'm pretty sure he didn't always look like the killer and devastating, overwhelming puncher. You know what I mean? He had his troubles as he went up, but he was victorious most of them. So,
but just like when you mention any legend, you always think of them as at their best, at their prime, when they're the most legendary, so to speak.
Yep.
And when you mention, he's the next Manny Pacquiao, you don't think of him being knocked out by Marquez.
No. You think about him destroying
whooping El Cotto, whooping Oscar De La Hoya,
Rios
guys. That's what you remember. You don't remember him being knocked out by Marquez. But Rob, you're the only other person that watched this fight because Ness is, a lame, casual fan.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree, Matt. It wasn't the easiest watch. It was kind of, sort of not scrappy, but they just, I don't know, there was nothing really heavy, landing and things, there was nothing made you go, oh shit, when you're watching it. Yeah, and it just ground out. I mean, Jerwin, I can never say his surname. Yeah, Ancajas. It was a wide, easy decision. There was no threat to him. Like, it's going to the final round. This is going to be close. It was, pretty stroll in the park, but he kind of made, if you understand what I mean, kind of heavy work of it, even though it was a UD. So yeah, it wasn't the best fights from what we had this week. I mean, it was pretty slim, boxing wise this weekend. But
going on to the co-main event though, your boy Khalid Yafai, IBF super flyweight champion.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I was a little, he knocked him down in the first, and then but he got wobbled, and then he kept standing, wanting to trade with the guy who we already knew he came in 3 pounds over on the weigh-in and things like. And that guy was just there to have his head jabbed off all night. He could have just boxed nice and easy.
But then Yafai decided, I'm gonna put the high guard up and want to brawl with him, and that hurt him at times. Even though he got the finish in the 8th round, I think it was.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 knockdowns total?
Yeah, knockdowns against David Carmona, who David Carmona's fought Inoue. I believe he fought Quadras as well. Lost to them, but he's fought.
Yeah, I mean, Yafai did what Inoue couldn't do and finished him inside the distance. So Inoue, I think, went decision with him. So, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good showing from Yafai, even though I think he could have done it easier. But, yeah, fighting on American soil. Now they're talking about Chocolatito, right?
And I think it's for the fall. Chocolatito versus Khalid Yafai. I think that's a great fight. I think Roman Gonzalez is, a guy to be picked apart at this point. I think he's just over the hill. That'd be a great scalp for Yafai's resume, I think. But I think he was probably one of the most impressive guys in terms of the more established guys in boxing this weekend. He impressed me in terms of just similar to Carl Frampton when Carl Frampton first came to the U.S. He fought in a disadvantaged way. He fought in a more scrappier way that led to more exciting fights, I think, because he wanted to show out for the U.S. public and U.S. TV. I think that's what Yafai did. He came here through a bunch of left hooks, a la Miguel Cotto style. Looked good. It was sort of a brawl at times with a brawler. I think that's what he wanted, even though he's a better boxer than that. He should have done a better job in terms of controlling the distance, controlling the pace of the fight. But those, I think, are minor criticisms to a guy making his U.S. TV debut. And on ESPN Plus, not surprised that he had probably some jitters and wanted to put on the show. Heading over to a fight that Ness actually watched.
I wonder if they're going to give us numbers for these apps, these $5 apps.
Probably not, Ness. Come on. We're not going to get numbers for these.
Are they going to tell us the 5,000 people that purchased that shit? And that they're actually watching it?
No, they're not going to tell us. But moving on to the PBC card on Saturday. Your boy, Ness, Argenis Mendez, versus your other boy, Eddie Ramirez. Mendez put on I would say a good performance. I know you disagree, Ness, because this is the one fight you did see.
I don't know if I mean, look, I'm not going to argue. It's just like I like my fighters a little tighter. That was a sloppy performance, even in winning.
I thought it was a dominant performance. I think Eddie Ramirez maybe won 2 rounds, maybe. It was knocked down twice in multiple rounds. Eddie looked bad. I know he was just knocked out by Antonio DeMarco last year, and that was a huge upset. But I don't think anyone expected Mendez coming up from 135 to put on this performance and knock down Ramirez from pillar to post and look like not a necessarily contender at 140, but I mean, I wouldn't be mad at a Jose Ramirez versus Mendez fight or Regis Prograis versus Argenis Mendez. I wouldn't be mad at that at this point.
Well, I don't think you'll get Jose.
Obviously, as a political.
And Prograis is already in that top rank option world. That's why he's having a homecoming New Orleans fight promoted by Top Rank.
I remember he's in the World Boxing Super Series.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. That's not official yet, because if Top Rank is promoting this fight, it's because that next one is Jose Ramirez. Like they're not giving him a hometown undefeated dude and promoting it for nothing. This is fattening up the cow. They're trying to make the Ramirez fight as big as possible.
I agree. The Prograis is one of those guys where I'm very confused about him contractually, like what he is really obligated to and what network he's obligated to. He might be able to go do his own thing. I don't know. It's possible. But Rob, did you watch that fight?
Yeah, I might not have caught that one.
Oh wow.
I jumped on a little late trying to catch up with them all, scrubbing through some, but Matt, you said between us we watched them all. So that was when you watched that I didn't.
Hashtag Matt Stats. Hashtag Matt Stats. I lied.
You watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
So we had it covered.
What about Deloach and my Dominican?
Yo, I'm so mad about Deloach because I was high on Deloach. I was high on him.
Why?
Not that he could be a world champion, but I thought he could be a contender, be a Thomas Top Dog Williams. A Thomas Top Dog Williams. I thought he could be something like that, and that's a good career to have, honestly. And he's not, and he's not going to break the top 10.
Yo, really quick in the chat. Shout out the West Side of Corpus Christi. Fuck that. I'm not paying ESPN to watch Crawford fight a bum.
Damn. I mean, Jeff Horn's no bum, so I don't know what fight he's talking about. But anyways, digressing.
Jeff Horn.
Digressing. Deloach, I think that he looked good in the first 4 rounds and then got knocked down and everything changed. He looked like a fish out of water in there once he got knocked down. Like he was scared to get hit. He didn't want to be in there.
Down that left hook?
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't
on the way out, like again, like trying to slide out of the corner on the ropes. And boom, got caught. Bro, that's like fundamentals too. They teach you to throw the left hook to keep your guy in there, and he just got caught. But from the opening bell though, bro, he was just, first of all, he was doing like a little Philly roll, which was weird. Yeah. And he was like on the back foot just a little bit. You didn't think?
Yeah, but he was winning at first. I didn't mind it that much. And Rosario was looking good. Like he looked like a guy that, like I've never seen him before. I never heard of him before, but I instantly knew that he was somebody to pay attention to and be wary of. I didn't realize his power was that real until obviously he hurt Deloach, and then it was just every shot seemed to just affect Deloach in a way that I think was obvious, and it was kind of sad. It was upsetting to watch. But Rosario, I mean,
funny thing about Rosario is he was 14-1-1, and he was coming off of a loss or a draw to somebody named Marco Hernandez or something like that. That's what the telecast said. I didn't even go back box rec this, but it was just like, okay, so Deloach was supposed to win.
Because remember, Deloach just lost, didn't he? So this was supposed to be a comeback easy fight, and it wasn't that at all. Rosario was a tough motherfucker, man, that had power in both hands.
So now Rosario makes a name for himself in this 54 division off of Deloach, but how much of a name when Deloach has been proven to be chinny? I mean, this is now Deloach's maybe 4th loss, right?
3rd.
Not to mention, if you leave it to the Charlos, they ran him out of the Lions only gym.
True. I always forget that. I think not necessarily that he's done on TV, because you're gonna see him on a Showbox card again. You will. He brings excitement. He does, but he's not gonna be a top 10, top 15 fighter ever. Like I think that has been firmly established, unfortunately.
Well, if there's no the 50 Cent, right? 50 Cent Floyd.
We got more fights. Hold up, because we have a new heavyweight prospect, and I'm just gonna say, yo, AJ, hold on.
Me and Doomsday don't feel that way. Me and Doomsday don't feel that way.
Yo, AJ and Wilder.
Whatever, dog.
Hold up. Let me finish.
Don't fucking put the top in the name with this dude. He's got like 2 fights, bro.
He has 5 fights, all by knockout, and he's an Olympian. Okay.
Yeah, what he win?
He's a wannabe Daniel Dubois.
What he win? How old is he? How old is he, Rob?
I don't know. Anyways, F.A. Agabi, I think is his name. I'm probably butchering that, and I deeply apologize, okay? But I'm just going to say this. I'm speaking for you now, okay?
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yo, F.A. wants some smoke. I'm telling you, man. That guy, that heavyweight knockout went viral, man. I was blown away by it, dude. I want him to fight Joe Joyce next, a Dylan White next, a Jared Miller next. I'm hyped.
Like a little fucking.
I'm on the hype train, Ness. Okay.
How you hyped off a dude that fought the fucking movie ticket agent?
Yo, the plumber.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was the bag attendant at United.
Yo, he passed the eye test. Okay.
That dude was knocked out. He still had the little reflective vest from the airport.
I was sure he was dead.
He passed the eye test, but the other guy didn't. He didn't see the fucking punch coming.
Yo, dude, he threw a 1-2 and it was over.
Yo, but that's the point.
Yeah.
No, the 1-2 was perfect, and that 2 Yo, when the plumber's head snapped back, I thought he was shot by a sniper in the crowd. Like I thought like they JFK'd him right then and there, man. Doomy, muted. Doomy, you're muted, by the way. I see you talking.
Doggy. Jay-Z said it the best. Yo, please don't confuse
This whole time, I'm just...
Yo, Doomy's yelling at this mic.
Give me the gun. Fuck. Yeah, Ness, I'm not excited either. Like, what's up? You fought this guy.
Yo, he fought fucking Travis Kaufman's little brother. That's what it looked like.
You know what I'm saying? You fought the guy that was selling the tickets. You know what I'm saying? and you know, with all due respect, you know what I mean? Because any fighter to get in it deserves his respect. But come on. I mean, you just look at the two fighters.
He fought Randy Ruiz's. What's that kid that Joseph Parker beat?
Oh, I'm digressing very quickly here.
Wait, you both didn't let me finish.
No, he fought Andy Ruiz stunt double.
Not even, bro. The punches. Look, if anybody saw the fight, the punches that the other guy did throw were so like sloppy. He
ain't throw punches.
He was out there in the open.
Second fight.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It was man. I can look. Kudos to him for knocking him out. I'm not saying that he's not a good fighter. I'm not saying that he won't be a great fighter. What I'm saying is that I am far from saying that that's that new guy.
Especially mention him with the top. He said AJ and Wilder. I'm like, whoa!
I want to see what he can take before I give him all the gold. You know what I'm saying?
So many dudes, like, let him get through a dude like a man saw first. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's
rugged.
Old. A man is old, but I'm saying someone that can test his mettle. Like, this dude's 5-0, and we never heard of him. You trying to blow him up right now? Let me find out you got the check.
I got this.
Yeah.
He got that African money.
Nah, I know what money he got.
By the way, all the money's in the bag.
You know what I'm saying?
Just a shame the opponent didn't have any head movement.
Yo, but hey, anytime you get a 24-year-old heavyweight prospect that looks that way, you got to hype him up because he's going to be in the division for a while.
Get out of here. This dude looked like he was in the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and he's Undango for real.
Yo, come on, fam. Like, he's another Joe Joyce. He's another talent.
Joe Joyce? How are you even comparing him to Joe Joyce? Joe Joyce is like Brazilian or some shit.
Yeah, speaking of Joe Joyce.
Different color. Box is totally different. Like, what the fuck are you?
I'm talking about potential ceiling. That's all I'm talking about. You got a guy that's like 5-0.
Wait a minute. Joe Joyce comes with endorsement. Again, where's the comparison? He comes with an endorsement. Who's this guy's endorsement? You?
Heyman. He's a Heyman fighter. Your boy.
Put up the bag.
Because he signed to Heyman, he's Joe Joyce?
And he's an Olympian. Come on, man. He's another Joe Joyce. He's another heavyweight prospect that we should all pay attention to. Come on.
He's an Olympian. Is he a medalist?
No, he's not a medalist.
So he ain't medal up.
Naja, how are we
Olympians don't medal?
How are we disrespecting Effie, Naja? I don't get it. I'm just saying. I'm not like Matt, and I'm about to start writing out checks and calling my friends over to have beers watching this guy fight fucking.
I am. This guy's somebody to watch, 100%.
Speaking of Joe Joyce and checks and everything like that, did you see there was more beef between him and Big Baby Miller? And apparently Miller has said, "Bring me $3 million and we'll get it on." So
I want to see verification of funds. Since everybody wanted Wilder to show verification of funds, I want Joe Joyce to prove that he got the money to fight Big Baby. We ain't got time to be talking to Joe Joyce. Show us the money, Jerry Maguire style.
Digressing very quickly to, I think, the last fight we should talk about. Second last fight we should talk about. We're going to talk about Inoue last.
We're talking about fights?
Yes. Oscar Escudon got finished in the third round.
By Carmona?
By King Tug. Nambar. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but King Tug is his nickname. So I'm going to call him King Tug. He's from Mongolia. And wow. I mean, Gary Russell finished Oscar Escudon in 8. He finished Oscar Escudon in 3.
Oh,
5 knockdowns.
Was it the same Oscar Escudon?
What?
Was it the same Oscar Escudon?
He looked good. Like in the first round, Oscar won.
In the DeLorean? Yo, that's how it is.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Like this guy who was 9-0 at the time of beating Escudon, he's a future champion, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Matt, you signing a lot of yo. Lucky thing, Rob, that you work for Eddie and not this guy, because he'd be giving away that DAZN money real quick.
Yeah, the bank's empty. Matt's giving it away to a 10-0 and 5-0. Fucking hell.
Oh, yes.
Michael Johnson. Effie versus Wilder. Meanwhile, he puts fucking Effie first. What's up with you, Michael Johnson?
I don't know, man. I think they in love with that.
Matt's got him as the A side.
Hey, when you guys don't watch the fights, you're out of the loop. It's okay.
Yeah, they fell in love with this guy on the first knockout. Wilder knocks out close to 40 guys, and
we love Wilder, but he's in his prime. When this kid is in his prime, he'll be knocking on Wilder's door. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, this dude don't even have the athleticism of Wilder. I seen the way he was fucking plotting around the ring like a fucking. He was like Frankenstein. Them boots.
30-second fight. It was a 30
pounds each.
Yeah, he ain't got his legs moving yet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that he can't fight. I mean, look, he looked kind of sharp. You know he did, Ness. He looked sharp, he looked tight.
Bro, he threw under 10 punches. You guys
How have we spent fucking 15 minutes on this?
Oh, my boy Effie,
what a fuck. What a fuck are we done?
That does best is troll.
Call me Mr. Chimney.
Call you Smoke from Mortal Kombat.
Want that smoke.
Oh,
there's only smoke because we threw water on it.
You can call me
about Floyd to make people happy.
Oh, very quickly, Inoue finished McDonnell in a minute and a half, becoming a 3-division champion in the second quickest amount of time beside Lomachenko.
I seen that shit, that body shot. Yo, McDonnell was a fucking Ronald McDonald.
Easy, come on. 10 years unbeaten, traveled all over the world with his bout. Please, this.
Oh,
shut up, Matt. Shut up.
So you really like that body shot, that left hook. You was feeling that left hook. You felt the placement of it. Like you understood. Like I don't know. You agreed that was like.
He's been wanting
downward. Now keep in mind this, Rob. Before you go on, I know you ain't been watching boxing that long, but remember that people questioned Bernard Hopkins' liver punch to Oscar De La Hoya. Now you're gonna tell me I don't have the right to question Inoue's fucking fake ass punch on McDonnell?
Oh my god.
Are we gonna look at Deontay Wilder versus who? Steve Cunningham?
No, Deontay Wilder versus Malik Scott is the phantom punch. Everybody.
But I mean, you can look at any knockout that's weird in a microcosm and go, "Oh, does he have power, or was that weird?" But if you look at a body of work and the guy has above an 80% knockout rate, he has power. Probably. Let's be honest.
Both hands, I think, and you know, it's going to be the World Boxing Super Series game. It's going to be that division is going to be crazy. But on McDonnell, really struggling on the weight. He's definitely said he's going to move up now. Apparently David Caldwell wanted him to move up like over a year ago in weight, but he's just always wanted to defend the bout. He's been all over the world with it. I'm just giving him some props for that. You know, just realize what he's shouldn't have been doing this kind of thing now, and wants to move on from it.
So the chat is keeping us on our toes, guys. They're saying Ringstar Promotions, which is Richard Schaefer, is the one that has Effie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Effie for having an easy name to fucking pronounce, finally.
Effie.
Even though his last name looks like just a mess, I'm not even going to try his last name.
Ahaba.
That was good, Doomy. You just sounded confident. That's the thing. If you sound confident.
Yeah, but it was only like 2 syllables. I'm pretty sure it's a little more different than that. Ahaba. Sounds like 4 letters.
Yeah, reminding me of Cash right now. Straight murdering in there.
Shout out to Krugen.
Yo, let's get out to these speranzas. And then
before we go to the 50 Cent. Before we go to the 50 Cent Floyd shit, because I know you want to talk about that, Ness.
I was about to just move on from that.
Shout out to Ken Shiro, who fought Gangan Lopez again in a rematch and knocked him out, in the first round. Shout out to Ken Shiro, undefeated champion.
Second round.
Definitely a guy that should be mentioned with the Inoue's, but is not.
Yeah, Inoue's a mean dude. I'm gonna like seeing this
those guys play.
Boxing.
Oh, I thought we were talking about horse jockeys.
Gah!
Really? That's the one you go to? That's a little bit old school.
What?
Worst shot.
So what's up with this 50 Floyd thing, man? I just, I follow 50, so I'm looking at, through my IG thing, and I see that
the horse jockey thing. That's just 50 being 50. Rodding motherfucking Floyd.
that shit was hilarious.
Yo, Floyd is being trolled, and it's sad.
It's what 50 does, yo. 50 is the man in IG, dog. Anything he fucking says, bro, it's fucking hilarious, and it garners so much fucking attention.
Yo, but he has no chill though. It's kind of fucked up. He out there just putting Floyd's shit out there, like.
I mean, it is kind of crazy, right?
Is that unethical to put out screenshots of a text
friend of
Here we go. Here we go.
As far as we know, they're friends, and that's fucked up. I mean, he got him in his phone as Floyd TMT TBE. I would have just put Floyd. He went overboard. That was a little.
Well, maybe
he made sure he put all that.
Maybe he has multiple Floyds in his phone. Like a Floyd.
No, or maybe he wanted it to ring like that, so whenever he called him, people see it's TBE. I don't know. You tell me.
So what is the overall like
about a girl
deal about this shit? Like, I know Miss Jackson lawsuit.
No, it didn't look like it originated from Miss Jackson.
He said it's some old shit. Ain't that some old shit?
Yeah, he said Floyd acting like a bitch. He said Floyd bringing up old shit.
Oh my God.
I just like the fact that 50 airs shit out. Like, that's that old school shit. That's how I am. Like, yo, I don't want to hear all that shit. Let's put it out there. Let's talk it out. Let's iron it out, fam. Now, I don't like that 50 is like violating the friendship code, but I mean, I like it from like a spectator because I want to.
Not friends. Like, at this point, they're not friends.
I don't know. I mean, the way Floyd texting him, it's like, yo, you don't care about nobody but you. So it's like he thought they was friends. You don't say that unless you think you friends. Get out of here.
Maybe Floyd is just being a little bit emotional, like it. And maybe I'll put it this way. I think athletes always want to be rappers and rappers always want to be athletes, right? I feel like that's just a common thing. And I think Floyd, wanted to always be best friends to 50 because 50 was 50. And Floyd was a champion that no one knew about in the early 2000s. 50 was the biggest shit out here in the world. So I think that relationship means something to money, and it doesn't mean anything to 50, to be honest.
Somebody said Floyd crying on text.
Yes, he is definitely crying on text. There was tears on his phone.
What?
There was tears on his phone as he was texting those big, long paragraphs.
I was messed up. Yo, then he brought up the read, and she like, come on, Floyd, why you mad that I said you don't know how to read? Champ, you know you don't know how to read.
Yo.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yo, 50, man. That's no chill right there, man. You keep bringing that up. You keep bringing that shit up, man.
I'm about to check what else he got there too. See if he I don't know if he put something out there new, because 50 was like no chili.
But is that it, Ness, on 50? Because I really have no deep insight on it.
Well, I'm going to his social media to see if he got something new out there.
Other than that, Mayweather is, I think, has probably the emotional maturity of a 15-year-old.
Yo, the funny thing is that 50 always talking about get the strap. Somebody really gonna get the strap and pop his ass when they get mad enough. So look at Floyd. Floyd said, I never went out there to the world and spoke bad about you or tried to degrade you. I don't give a fuck about nobody, but Curtis Jackson. I don't care who you hurt. I will talk to you later. We'll talk later. Okay, Floyd. Nigga, you still mad because I said your ass can't read? Nah. But champ, you can't. You acting like a bitch right now. All in your feelings over some old shit. You made me fuck up 2 million. This is editors brackets now. Editors brackets mean I'm adding my own shit. You made me fuck up 2 million by signing Celestino Caballero, bum ass Yorokis Gamboa, and all them other bum ass fighters told my TMT East, and then you dipped off for me. You know what I'm saying, champ? Back to 50 quote. I ain't mad because I got it right back. Get off the bullshit. I'm in the room now. FaceTime me. And then the caption is, oh, the champ in his feelings. See, I'm different. I don't give a fuck. Get the strap. Hashtag power.
Yeah, I'll say this: when you're in an argument with someone and you tell them, "I'm in my room now, FaceTime me," that shit is crazy. Because I would never FaceTime anyone I'm in an argument with. That's weird.
Nah, you know why? Because probably they in a hotel, so he's like, "Yo, I can't." You know, Floyd probably on some "I want to see you in your face" shit, and 50 probably dunking on it because you know you can't really take all FaceTimes on the road. So 50 probably like, "Yo, you want to FaceTime me? I ain't ducking your FaceTime. Look, I'm in the hotel room now. Where's Wi-Fi? Hit me up." Like I could see that all happening. Even though I ad-libbed all that extra shit for Rob, I wanted to paint a pretty picture for Rob for this urban drama we got.
I just want to know what the reply was. I just want to know what that reply was to 50's message because could Floyd read it? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm
trying to get it shut down.
Yo, it was a joke. Come on.
YouTube sent us another motherfucking. YouTube sending us another email like,
my name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather.
Has shut down your channel.
That's a TBE flag, that one.
Yeah, word up. Damn, somebody said Floyd still signed his name with the X. Yo, y'all bugging right now.
Yeah, I bet he knows how to sign a check.
Hell yeah, he know how to sign $100 million check.
That's the Rob Weatherall section, sponsored by TBE Money Team.
Yo, what's up with Legendary? You see that?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I can't send him no link. He got to just call in. Tell him stop calling old groups and call straight up to Nesta so you could be added. You trying to call like last call you made and shit.
You heard that, LB. Do the right thing.
Anyway, let's go out to the sponsors and then we're going to head out to the phone calls. Remember the number to call in is 142-5569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion on all the topics we talked about, plus whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's boxing. And inside your 3 minutes. Add me on Skype, Nesta Gibbs, NESTORGIBBS.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
We going out to our boomerang. If you don't know what a boomerang is, head on over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice, where you can check out all the different tiers that we have. Boomerang is one that allows you to not only cut the line, but also call back when something ticks you so much you just need to get it off your chest. Remember, patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Plus, there's many others over there. We got Overtime. We got Untitled. We got Standing 8. And did the UK hour, is that straight YouTube or is that like
that will be absolutely free on YouTube? So that would not be Patreon only.
There you go. So you even get a little something, even if you ain't down with the kids, you still get something.
And it's on Wednesdays. Whoa, Ness, let me give the plug. Relax.
Plug? You trying to give a plug?
It's Wednesdays, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And what time is that in the East in the UK?
I know Rob sent me a message, said that it does better numbers than Standing 8.
It does do better numbers.
Did I send that message? I think Nez made that message.
But to be fair,
know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
UK
hour, to be fair, UK hour has 1 episode only, and it's free. Standing 8 count has 0 full episodes out that are free. That is only to our Patreon subscribers who are our board of directors. So definitely, if you want to go to patreon.com/.
Release one. Let's get the stats.
You can release all last year's. If you got any last year's, release all last year's.
I don't know if I started it last year.
Too bad for you. Let's go out to a boomeranger. Right? Or you're done with your spiel?
I'm done. It's okay.
Plug face.
That was a good one.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Now hold up. Let's make this official. Everybody, let's agree that.
Feels so good to be back on the best boxing podcast around, fellas. What up?
Armin, are you sick? Are you okay? You sound,
no energy. What's happening, people?
Nah, Low energy, low energy. It's girl time. It's a thing called girl time. You guys know what it is.
Oh shit, he whining and dining right now. Come on, Matt. Let him get his call. He got the girl over there. He the only dude that could call in during the day.
No, I'm not. Nah, not even that. I'm talking about the Girl Scout cookies. They call it Girl Time now.
Damn, that's what we get for assuming. There you go.
See? But yeah, so Wilder, Joshua, it has to happen in the UK. I don't see how it would happen in the States because for me, I think the money, especially if they're trying to guarantee, I haven't even been following up with it, but I mean, if the money's got to be guaranteed 50 mil, I don't see where they would get that stateside anyway. So, logically for me, I think, that the first fight happens in the UK, the second one happens in the States. Canelo and Triple G, man. Like, listen, I don't know what kind. It's crazy how they smother the entire news feed. You hear nothing of what's going on with this bullshit. You got Oscar popping his goofy ass up on social media, saying, just fucking nonsense. And truth, I would love to see these other fights if they were, realistic about them happening. Like Daniel Jacobs and Canelo. Yo, I'm picking Daniel Jacobs in that fight just because I think, what he showed against Triple G and going against Canelo, he would have that one in the bag to me. Billy Joe Saunders is a good fight. All these fights is cool, but if your man got popped, and my man, shit, I picked him. If my man got popped for doing some bullshit, fine. Just sit on the bench and shut the fuck up. But Oscar doing too much posturing, so that I'm not really feeling that. Everything else is pretty much status quo, man. I kind of missed, a couple of shows, but as always, I was listening to y'all earlier talking, man. It's always a good shit. Great show. I'm out, man. I got to finish doing what I'm doing.
I mean, thanks for calling in. Matt.
Yes.
I can't really piece it together, but there's a post 2 days ago where 50 was posted up Floyd with a couple of women in the post, and it says, somebody please tell Floyd why would he be doing this right now? I don't understand this one.
Send me the link.
I mean, get on 50 fucking IG, producer. Going out the sky.
Oh, you can still send links on IG. I hope you know that, by the way.
I could just tag you.
Or you can just copy a link.
Or I could just
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
share it to the podcast chat.
You could do that.
Go to the Skyper.
Hit that thumbs up.
Yo, what up? Oh, Wally, what up?
Yo.
What up?
What's happening, Skype? What's happening, fam?
What up? Speak up just a little bit.
What up, E?
All we need is a little bit. Turn your mic up just a little bit.
Can you guys hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I just wanted to start with Keith Thurman, man. Whether he signs with DAZN or not, I want to start a campaign right now, and I want all you guys to listen to this. I'm starting a Keith Thurman campaign, man. He never lost those belts in the ring, fam. So Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, I don't recognize none of them, fam. When he comes back, that's the man, regardless. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Wally.
So that's as soon as he comes back, that's the man. That's the man they've all got to be. Just like everybody's got this energy about, AJ ain't a real champ. He's got these belts from so and so and whatever. I'm saying Keith Thurman, if he's already beat as well, it's not like Tyson Fury beat Wilder or AJ or anybody else, right? And everybody keeps saying they're Tyson's belts. Keith Thurman beat these boys, both of them, and then they're gonna run around with his belts. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. And he needs to sign at DAZN, come to the UK, get this UK love. That's what he needs to do. And then Eric Molina, did you guys hear about the ban?
Yeah.
Yep.
2 years, baby. That's how we do, man. No bloody 6 months for drug cheats like Canelo and that. That's why I'm not even interested in that fight. The only way I'd be interested is if either one of them either fight the Charlos or Saunders. They're the fights I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And then.
So wait a minute. So wait a minute. The order coming back cheated coming back?
I don't know, man. I don't even want to watch Canelo anymore, man.
No. Have we heard about Eric Molina? What did he test positive for?
Something about on the night that he was fighting AJ, he took something. Apparently, it wasn't a PED, but it was on the ban list. UCAD basically banned whatever he was taking on the night, which was suspicious. He never took it anywhere else, but literally on the night of the fight, he took it, and they gave him a 2-year ban.
Wow.
It's probably a headache.
Yeah, and it's funny.
Fighting in the UK though.
Nah, bro. From boxing, that's what I heard.
Why did it take so long to have an official decision on it?
They don't have no jurisdiction in the US. There's no fucking unified body.
Do your research. That's why it took so long. They were basically trying to negotiate with everybody.
Yo, Jason Shaw. Hey, yo, fam. Keyboard warrior, mute yourself.
He playing some
been chased by a velociraptor or something.
That was Tiger. I thought that was Doomy's dog, like running at him or something.
He was tap dancing.
That's legendary boxer going OD in the chat and shit.
Yo, that's how he does all caps. He just literally hits the button so hard.
Yo, it's key.
Fucking Eddie Hearn. Fucking Eddie Hearn.
Keyboard sounded like a machine gun.
It's funny. You know, he mentioned that you know, he doesn't want to. He's not even interested in fighting and seeing Canelo fight anymore. It just goes back to show you that some people do feel that way.
Oh no, it just goes back to rub you, and you're like, yes, someone feels like me.
No, it's that I know there's people out there.
He's not gonna do the same numbers. Get the strap.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Doomy. The amount of people that think like you are so little that Canelo's still
Matt, I forgot, Matt. You represent the majority always.
Nah, but you just got to think of it like this. Triple G Vanez, bro. Triple G Vanez was still an event. All those people still came out, bro. And he's not even real Mexican, bro.
No.
Listen, Wally, I got to let you go. Let me get on.
Bad example. We'll go on.
Peace.
What's going on, guys? Sorry for not being on mute. But what's going on with this Broner offer? I mean, how are these fucking UK clowns want Broner to sign his life away for $2 million a fight? But then AJ gets a $50 million offer, and they're like, no, AJ, you shouldn't sign that. Where's the money? Where are the fucking funds? How is the black guy going to give you $50 million? And then Broner turns down this bum-ass offer for $2 million a fight, and they're like, you fucking dumbass. How dare you turn down this huge offer from our Eddie Hearn? Do you see this fucking bitch-ass two-facedness over here?
You mean double standard?
Yeah, there's no consistency of these fucking groupies like Rob and all these UK.
There's no consistency in the level of the fight next, is there? He's not going for an undisputed championship, is he?
Who?
Broner. So he's not going to be getting anywhere near 50.
Undisputed championship with fucking Eddie Hearn and a piece of shit hat. What the fuck? That makes no sense, Rob.
Huh?
You should stick to taking selfies with cats because I don't think boxing is your forte, buddy.
Yo, you stalking Rob's Instagram now? Holy shit.
No selfies with cats. I don't know what you're talking about. Pictures of, maybe. You should get one. It calms you down. Fucking, it's good for you, mate.
Good for you.
Who's the tomato
cheer you up a bit.
Next. Who's Brook fighting next? Is he unifying or is he going for the title against Hearn? Who is he fighting?
He's fighting in July.
Well, unifying would be
Fucking silent as soon as Hearn called him out. He went silent. Stop bullshitting, Ness. Stop lying to the fucking fans. That fucking coward went silent as soon as Hearn called him out. He has been silent ever since Hearn said, I'm ready to go.
Eddie Hearn said they're interested, yo.
Eddie Hearn is a fucking pathological liar. Who cares if he says he's interested? We know he's a pathological liar. You know that's not happening. So stop lying to the fans. You know that fucking coward is not fighting Hearn next. We all know.
Yo, how could
no, he's not fighting him next. You're right. It's not.
Call Brook a coward after he fought Earl and Gennady.
That was his mandatory. He didn't want to give up his belt. That's it.
You can't name another dude that fought.
Triple G is mandatory, yeah.
That's it. He fought his mandatory.
Triple G's mandatory.
Yeah.
One guy, that's his mandatory. That was a solid mandatory in his life, and I'm supposed to clap for him.
And Triple
What
G.
about Triple G? What about Triple G?
He dared to be great, LB. You got to give him that.
And try and actually read the news, yeah, because Cal Brook's fighting in July, and then they're looking at the Heard fight or Khan fight at the end of the year.
They're not looking at the Heard fight. They're looking at a Euro bum in fucking UK. Stop fucking lying. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Legendary boxer, you obviously did not hear what he just said.
No, clearly. Just too much hate pumping through his veins. Jesus.
Right now,
I'm honestly worried about his blood pressure.
broke. That effing vodka, that sleek audio, all that in his fucking mansion in the middle of Connecticut is going into foreclosure already. So he's like a bitter guy.
Doggy,
what are you talking about? What
bag that they gave 50, bro? You're bugging, man. And listen, listen. Don't forget that Donald Trump also filed for bankruptcy a couple times. Be like people.
Dude, Donald Trump had assets worth like $500 million.
It doesn't matter, yo. People
punching.
People in different tax brackets, they do shit like let shit go into foreclosure. You know, that's
the way to get out of debt. It's a way to get out of debt.
Yeah, it's not like they're fucking broke, bro. 50 just got the biggest bag in known to man the other day from Stars for that.
Oh, they re-signed the deal? Or
I remember watching a post maybe like 3 months ago where he met up with the executive of Stars and he was like, I was expecting to get this, and they gave him that.
80, I think they gave him 80 million. Oh no,
I'm pretty sure it was more than that. I didn't want to say a number.
I don't even know.
Inaccurate, but I thought it was like 500 mil.
Jesus, no, I think it was a movie budget that they I don't look. He's definitely
Legendary Box already on you 80 million, laughing my ass off.
No, 80 million was for a movie that they were talking about. But hey, listen, in the end, we know that 50 ain't broke. Come on.
That last call from Legendary Boxer sponsored by DAZN.
LB, I'm boomerang status. I'm coming back.
And down in Texas. Talk to us.
Hey, how's it going? That last call, that was awesome. That was dope, man. I'm going to say this. In terms of Wilder and AJ and Canelo and Triple G, honestly, I'm so tired of listening to business talk that it's like if we wanted to listen to business talk, we could just go to a local community college or any kind of a university and pick up a business course and see how it runs. I don't really care about that. As long as the fight happens, if it doesn't happen, who cares? What I want to talk about is the man who had the most impressive performance this last weekend, Naoya Inoue, stopping Jamie McDonnell in 1 round. No. And before anyone comes in here talking that garbage about how, McDonnell is no one. McDonnell hadn't lost in 10 years. In 10 years, and McDonnell stopped him in 1 round, and Inoue was just coming up. If McDonnell said he wanted to move up in weight, then he should have done it. If he makes the weight and says he's drained later, well, that's his fault. That's his problem. Nobody else's. Inoue is going to dominate that WBSS tournament at 118. Teed is not beating him. Burnett is not beating him. But, Inoue's got this in the bag. And I'm going to hit the pom-poms right now because I know people get hyped for their fighters. So I'm going to get hyped for Inoue because that man's going to prove why he's going to be a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter and arguably the greatest Japanese fighter to ever come from Japan. Other than that, the only other thing that's really going on right now for boxing in terms of what we could what's interesting. I don't really care about the Floyd thing. Broner can make his own money. I don't care what he does with his life. Man, what fights are going on this weekend? Anything interesting? Anything competitive? What's going on?
What, this weekend coming?
I haven't looked.
Yeah, the next week. Yeah, for Friday and Saturday. Anything happening?
I believe isn't
Yes.
it Saunders? Isn't Billy Joe Saunders fighting this weekend?
No,
he's not. I was wrong.
Come on. You got
as Rob is looking up the ESPN schedule.
Oh, I've lost it already. I did it, but I can't remember now. What's the date going to be?
It's going to be what, the
second?
It's going to be the second. Sure.
Yeah, nothing really.
The weekend after.
Weekend after is lit.
Right?
The weekend after is amazing. June 9th is going to be great.
All right, dope. Hey, y'all are going to the Spence fight, right? Or I don't know. Have y'all decided?
Yes, talk to Ness, Mr. Matt doesn't want to go. We're talking about Matt. Guess who didn't want to go at the end?
Budget. Class and bound, you've been great. Thank you for calling in. We're going to the Boomeranger, legendary boxeador, coming back at Matt.
What's up, man? You gotta let the Boomerangers have some more time when I'm making some good points, man. Come on, now. I mean, shit. What did you guys think of the PBC card this weekend? That 3-hour show. Did any of you guys watch that shit?
Yeah, I watched it all live. I thought it was great.
I thought there was like a knockdown and KO in every fucking fight. This is a better card than most ESPN2 Golden Girl card. That's for sure.
Well, it was prospects that I liked and I care about.
Why do you care that it's HBO, ESPN? Like, don't you just like boxing, bro?
No, because I'm not gonna let all the hate that PBC got when they were trying to fucking change.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why do you want to change your life and become the person?
All that hate
but let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Can I finish? Is it okay to finish? Is it okay to finish? Just saying. Like, you consistently call in here degrading or discrediting Steve Kim for what he has done to PBC, yet you do it to Golden Boy and Top Rank.
Yeah, because their product is shit and PBC's product is fucking not. So I'm going to do that because I'm just being honest here. Golden Girl's product is shit. Majority of Top Rank product on ESPN is shit. So I'm not going to just hold my punches and not be the good guy now because PBC is doing great. I'm not going to remember all that shit that they get PBC. I'm going to bring it right back and throw it in their face. I mean,
yeah, but you keep saying they. Like, what I'm saying is your hatred is unwarranted and misdirected.
No, it's not unwarranted at all. It's
Legendary Boxer, very quickly here. I just want to say this.
How is it not warranted?
Legendary Boxer.
Even now, we got Mikey versus Easter, Danny versus Porter, Leo versus Martin, and people still bash PBC like they're not doing great things for boxing. That's the best schedule coming up. Mikey Easter, Leo Martin, fucking Danny Porter. Who else is doing shit like that in boxing?
Legendary Boxer. Let me answer something very quickly here, please. Talking about this weekend, just this weekend here, okay? We have a PBC card and an ESPN card that went head to head, right? It's arguable which one is better on paper. And you could most likely argue it's the ESPN card is better on paper. You have 2 world title fights on that card. The main event for the PBC card was Eddie Ramirez versus Argenis Mendez. Most people think of PBC, they think of that, unfortunately. They don't think of the Mikey versus Easter. They think of cards like this, which, while are entertaining, are fun fights, are not names, are not matchups that bring up casual interest.
Mikey Easter and Lara versus Hearn and Wilder versus Ortiz, that's all PBC. Those are all PBC.
I understand, but most people, I think, when they think of PBC, they think of the Tuesday night fights. They think of the Thursday night fight cards. They think of the Fox Sports 1 events, not the Showtime events.
I get your point, but I think they should, since the UFC is totally gone from Fox Sports, I hope Heyman's getting off his ass and working on a TV deal with Fox because they're going to need content, and they could just pay PBC like $50 million a year and get a bargain rate on fucking so much talent they have. They could put all their fights on Fox and Fox Sports. That would be fucking amazing. I hope they're working on a TV deal. That's what PBC needs. Because ESPN has Top Rank and Fox Sports. They lost UFC.
You know what you got to do, bro. Contact your boy Heyman, man. Tell him where to go.
Shout out to Fox because they actually picked up the WWE for over $200 million a year. So they did pick up something, even though it's not combat sport. It's like a cousin of. I don't know if they have it in the budget.
A far distant cousin?
A far distant, but it's a cousin. I mean, it's in the umbrella. I mean, there's definitely
entertainment.
Like a scripted cousin?
Yeah, like well, we all know scripted, but I mean, Rocky and Hulk Hogan were in the movie together. Like, come on, like there is a relationship between the two. There is. Just...
I like that. I like that.
I like that. Little young whippersnapper came up with that.
Heck, Muhammad Ali versus Inoue. That was a boxer fighting a pro wrestler in Japan.
Took it further back on it.
That's a bunch of people that like to use Google.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Or you read a book. There's a great book by Josh Gross about that fight.
What the fuck is a book?
A book? Come on.
I still read books. Didn't Michael B. Jordan make burning all books?
Yo, that's a great book though, because that
what the fuck is a book?
that new miniseries called Fahrenheit 451 on HBO. That's from a book, actually. Great book. You should read it.
Yeah, no, you see, Ness is a man of many things, knows many things. So listen, me and Matt are 100% going to be in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area from July 4th through the 8th. We're gonna do a barbecue.
I get in late on the 4th, so I'm gonna probably miss 4th of July.
I mean, you'll get there for a late night barbecue next to the pool, and we'll be lighting dozens of L's. So anybody that's willing to come out, we're gonna be there. We're gonna have the B&B. We're gonna have the barbecue going. I think Doomy gonna stay because his face fat and it doesn't travel well in economy. But yeah, man. We'll see. Here to July.
Had to do me dirty like that.
No, that was so dirty, man.
We'll see. Does from here to July? Does Robbie secure the bag with one of the sponsors, and then he comes down? Yo, is it true that it's $10 a gallon over there? See somebody put that in the chat. Is that a fucking lie?
It's a lot. No, yeah, something like that. About 8, I think, for a gallon.
Dollars American for a gallon of gas? That's almost.
Yeah, we pay by the liter, and I think it's about 4.5.
DR pays by the liter too.
Yeah, and it's like 4.5 liters to the gallon, I think, something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, if you come to the barbecue, you get to tell me to my face. Hope you are not a midget because you might end up in the pool.
Well, I mean, he could just be a regular sized person. You could probably still do that, Ness. I mean, you're 6'7".
True, but that's regular sized person still a midget.
I mean, theoretically, you could probably pick me up and throw me in the pool. I weigh 130 pounds. I'm 5'9". Like that. That's 100% possible.
Doomy, you coming out to the TBV barbecue in Miami? No.
I mean, it's not in the budget.
Not in the budget.
Not in the budget, man.
No, you got family. You got Lusky out there, though. You got to visit.
I got no budget. Got no budget like the car rental.
Don't worry about wearing Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale's small enough that anywhere you stay, you good. I tell you what, though, I found a dope-ass hotel in Miami. I'm hoping that for those days it's available. Actually, Friday and Saturday is $250. So, Matt, we need to discuss that. You should probably help me with that. You know, we go have on that hotel because that hotel is beautiful and it's in Miami. But we could do the B&B in Fort Lauderdale and kind of be more relaxed. But I don't know if we'll find it.
We can definitely find an Airbnb in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know what you're talking about.
Not for those days, bro. I don't know.
I guarantee you we're going to find it.
Oh, yeah. He guarantees it. That means he's taking responsibility. Guys, I'm your host, Nesta. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NSGTO. Final thoughts are, if people weigh less than your legs, don't pay attention. If Triple G doesn't fight Canelo, he's ducking. If Wilder doesn't fight AJ, Wilder isn't ducking. It's AJ ducking. And if Keith Thurman signs DAZN, he's fucking ducking. Label this episode Ducks Are Us. Because if Thurman goes to DAZN, there's no ERROL Spence fight. Oh, I got stuck there with the E. But yeah, there won't be no Spence fight if he goes to DAZN. I'll tell you that. He'll be fighting Frankie Gavins and shit.
Oh my God.
Go, Rob.
Me. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, UK Rob TBV. But you know, just give me a follow. You don't have to hide behind the curtains and fucking in the shadows like legendary boxer stalking me like some fucking weirdo.
You radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Call me Mr. Umo.
Screenshotting your pictures with your cat, man. You gotta watch out.
Yo, how you know you got a cat, bro?
That's fucked up.
I don't know. It's just strange. He needs to buy one. But yeah, not the greatest weekend of fights, but you know, can't always have these great weekends. And you know, a couple of weeks' time, I think we got some great fights coming up. So yeah, Matt, do me.
Well, what can I say?
Kudos.
Talked about a couple of things. Things are still in the mix, under discussion. Triple G, Canelo, AJ, Wilder. Hopefully these fights take place like we all want to see before they lose interest. The public, can lose interest or whatnot. But in the end, I think they're going to happen. If they happen in September for Deontay and AJ, I don't know. But, yeah, DAZN, we don't know either. We don't know the future that holds. Keith Thurman going over there, I doubt it. I think Keith is comfortable over here with Al Heyman and everything else. So I don't think he's going nowhere. But you can check me out on Facebook, Alexander Linez, Lainez. Got Instagram. That's Alex_Doomsday_Linez. And don't forget to check us out on Patreon. Get that exclusive footage. Get that standing 8 count with Maddie. And that new UK. What is it? The UK Hour. All these shows, by the way, that I don't get invited to. But it's all
You've got your own one. You just don't do it.
No. I'm gonna pop out with some hot shit. I'm gonna be, and I don't want no more no swag.
Buck sale.
whatever it is.
Espanol, whatever. You have a show. You just don't do it.
Yeah, all right. Watch.
We're right. We are right.
I invited you guys to the Spanish show, even though y'all don't know
don't
Spanish.
speak Spanish.
Yeah, at least I invited you.
I think Jimmy just wants to invite Rob. We can invite him once to a UK show, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? No, but it's all good.
Yeah,
check Maddie out. Check UK Rob out, man. These guys are doing good. Very entertaining, and Robbie's bringing that whole UK feel and bringing us up on what's going on in the UK. So kudos to you, bro. You guys are doing a great job out there.
Styles make fights.
Styles make fights. That's one thing Doomy knows. He knows fighting.
The guy that picked Linares and Rigo to pick Lomachenko knows fighting.
Oh, Linares is coming back, by the way. He's return and hooking up with Salas again.
Matt grills me when I pick my underdog picks. You know what I'm saying? Because
you always pick the underdog.
I give 2 picks. I shoot this to you straight. I ask you, are you betting money? I give you my betting money pick, and I give you from the heart.
Jeremy picking underdogs always. Final thoughts. Canelo, Triple G. I still think there's a possibility this happens. How many times do we think AJ Wilder, the negotiations were over? And we're still here. We're still talking about a fight in September or November. I think it's possible this fight still happens. I'm not completely ready to write it off and say we're not going to get it in September. Because if you listen to Standing 8 Count, patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice, I talked about it. If we don't get AJ and Wilder this year and we don't get Canelo Triple G this year, boxing is hurting for a big fight this year. It is desperately looking for a moment of this year, and we don't have one yet. This sport does not have a moment of the year yet, and those 2 fights are the moments we've been waiting for. If we don't get them, it's going to be very unfortunate. It would be I think a personification of a down year in the sport. But digressing. Keith Thurman to DAZN. Don't think it happens, but I do think it's one of those things where as more big names don't go to DAZN, Eddie's going to have to start sending out some big mega contracts to some names that maybe shouldn't get it. And that'll be interesting to see who gets these big, quote unquote, max contracts like in the NBA for a DAZN deal. Somebody's going to get a max deal. It's going to be interesting to see who it is. So many fights this weekend. If you didn't see them, they're on the internet. If you don't have ESPN Plus, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you can find them in places. So go find them. Watch these great fights from Kenshiro, Inoue, Nambar, Ajabi, to all these guys. Tons of prospects to watch and pay attention to this weekend. So go out, find them online, be a fan of the sport, support all these guys on the come up. I'm Matt Tips Hunter. You can find me at Matt Hunter TBV on all platforms. Mixed Combat Radio is coming back this week. Do me. You need to text me and let me know what days you're free this week so we can come back and do a Mixed Combat Radio episode. Find that on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, Patreon, etc.
Yo, Nesta.
That's on his phone, looking at the Tinder date.
Done?
Yeah, look, you go on the date now. It's okay.
I'm not. We could do overtime. How about that, punk?
Oh, he said.
Wait, is it overtime just me and you like it always is, or is it going to be Doomy and Rob too?
I mean, it's up to them. Well, not Rob. We're not going to put that pressure on Rob.
Robbie's a straight trooper.
He doesn't have work tomorrow.
Oh. No, but anyway, we